What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, Poodle Boy. RedemptionAgency.com, 21 years selling on eBay. Is this how the girls do it? They turn on their camera, use it as a mirror. Oh, I look so pretty today. I'm going to get all the boys. They're just going to be drooling all over me. I'll be like, honey, you can't have me. You can't have none of this. Oh, no. Unless you got a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or a Porsche. All right, let's get into shipping some stuff. Shipping some stuff. Shipping some stuff. Shipping some stuff. Is that a Metallica song? It's the new Metallica song called Shipping Stuff. The hat has taken my mind, taken my soul, gave me money. All right. So, Monday, as we know, totally trash day. Tuesday was headed to the same direction. How I could tell what was going on is, so Monday, my promoted sales were only 19. And somebody mentioned this overnight that they did it too, and I did it yesterday also. So only 19 promoted. Normally I have 35 plus, 50, 35, 50 promoted items. So I have 19 that day, and that's why I was checking my promoted on incognito, and I seemed to get good placement. But the number was saying something totally different. So I let it ride into yesterday, and probably up until about 5 p.m., I only had 11 promoted. I'm like, come on, something's wrong with this promoted. I've had it running for 27 and a half days, I promoted. Whereas before, I remembered that I sometimes would have to end them and start them over again to like refresh it or something. So yesterday at like 5 p.m., I ended all my promoted and redone them all. What I did differently on this one is anything over $70 I didn't promote. So each time I promoted a category, I hit $1 to $70. So anything high priced, they won't take that extra percentage. So after I did that, I ended the day with 25 promoted. So at least it popped it up there within the last, little while of the day. So I did squeak out 47 items yesterday, whereas Monday, totally trash day, 32. So I like to be in that 60 range. So like the good days last week, 63, 48, 53. So as of today, as of right now, promoted, I am at 6 promoted, 6 organic. So we are at 9:10 a.m. At 10 a.m., I like to be in the 150 to 250 range, dollar-wise. 150 the low end. Oh, nice. I'm at $200 at 9:10. So I'm going to be pushing that high end where I likes to be. So hopefully doing that with the promoted, turning them off and redoing them all will help. So there might be something you guys can try to do if you promote and you just kind of leave it and let it sit. And what I do too is I break it down into categories. Like I use the store category search, and then I'll do like my CDs, and I'll break it down into my store categories. So I do them individually. That way, if I want to, I can play with the percentages. Like when I ended them, they were all over the place. I had them everywhere from 12 to 16, and they were just varying depending on the category. So that might be a way to do it. When I turned it back on, I turned them all at 19, except my under $5 stuff. I turned them on at I think I put it in at 9%, just to start to get some activity there. And then what I'll probably do today is lower them all back down toward the 15% range. So I kind of do the higher to get a little boost, a little kick, and then I'll knock them down. So, and the reason I can do higher If you're like, why do you promote so high? So many people get mad at me. You ain't making no profit. You're promoting high. I have no cost in these except what Jan picks up. So if I sold a $20 item and I just say I even promoted at 20%, that's $2. Well, if you went out and you paid for that item, you probably paid $2 for it. So that's your 20%. So being that I have no cost in all the stuff that's in my storage, except my storage fees over the years, which is no big deal, which is kind of cool. I'll talk about that in a second. A way to get that money back. So that 15 to 19%, 12 to 19%, whatever I'm at, is basically the cost of the item in the case if you don't have the stocks to sit in storage and you have to go out and purchase it. So you're still paying that 10 to 20%. You're just paying it to the store. I'm paying it to eBay. So that's the only difference there, and it kind of gives me an advantage. And that's one of the benefits, of doing it the way I did. And you got to take care. I went through a lot of debt and a lot of stress to get to this point, to have all this product paid for. So I might as well take advantage of it and not be stubborn and say, well, I'm only going to promote at 5% because I'm not giving eBay nothing. That's only going to harm me in the end. I got all this merchandise with no money in it. I might as well take advantage of that situation. And then also I'm learning on the first two, not last night's fourth video yet, but on the first two videos I did, the money I made on the YouTube video already paid for that bag at the bins. So that's a good way that when I do get back into my storage and I pull a box out and make a video for it, the revenue on that video is going to kind of recoup some of the money that I pay on storage lockers. So I only pay on 2. The other 3 are free. So my storage locker fee is only like $700 a month. So that's basically the only overhead I have, not counting like the bills with the cell phones and stuff like that, charter and all that. So getting into it. While I was pulling, if you haven't watched the pulling video, go back and watch that. I ended up getting 3 sales toward the end of the video. So you can watch that. Let me. Offers still seem to be messed up. In the last 10 hours, 2 offers again. So definitely something is still up with offers, and there's still no offers sitting in here. So we're going close to 12 hours with only 2 offers. So the offers still seem to be messed up. And the ones I've taken, since I've only taken a few, I'm not noticing anything. Where the other day I was noticing it airing out and trying to take them. So I don't know. Let's take a look at this down detector just to see where it's at. Oh, so we were actually, most of the morning, it was down low level. But at 4 a.m., it got a huge spike. So I guess there was a lot of people on eBay at 4 a.m. And I think that's my time. So, and then another bigger spike at 8:45, half hour ago. So let me check the tech boards. There was a couple of things there yesterday that I was keeping an eye on with the offers to see if other people were complaining about offers. Because I did see one complaint of, now I forgot, it was offer related, but they're all kind of rumbling together in my head right now. Oh, let's see. Another person complaining about this pages loading slow. I've seen several people complaining about that. So I'm not sure what's causing that. I do know the app is a hell of a lot slower. I tried using that yesterday to take pictures. I'm like, no, Now I know why I switched to that land drop thing. Yeah, and still can't archive sales. Sold items in the seller hub, they will not archive. That's been going on for probably about 4 months now, and it's a known issue. They just can't fix it for some reason. So it's pretty sad when something that seems so simple, archiving your sales in seller hub, and that kind of an issue has been going on for 4 months. Known eBay issue. They have it known 4 months and they can't fix that? What the hell? Really? That is scary when you think about it. Something that seems so simple as archiving your sales. No wonder they can't figure out how to fix the search engine. If they can't figure out how to archive sales, they're never going to figure out the search engine properly. There's 2 posts right there on it today alone. So, anyway, that is all the problems that were going on. So hopefully today will be a turnaround day since the numbers are indicating it early. So that is a bonus. Still down where it should be this time of year, but we know the issues. So. All right, let's get into shipping this stuff. Get on a lighter note, shall we? Yay! Because remember, list, because when it does work, like my last weekend, $1,000 days. So yesterday, I ended up pushing through to 860 after I turned off my Proto and turned it back on. It was like at 7 p.m., I was at 400. So it was bad. So from 7 till 2 in the morning, I almost doubled my sales by turning off Promoted and turning them back on. And that means ending them, not pausing them, but ending them and redoing them all again. So almost doubled my sales just by doing that alone. So hopefully that'll carry into through today. I'll see how the day goes and plays out and then decide what number to lower those to after I got a nice little pop. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So let's get into this. Okay. Refresh. And this takes a second to refresh, so let's get this puppy rolling. Rolling. Rawhide. First up, we've got Honeywell hat. Oh, wait. Oh, it didn't switch over to the H. We'll go ahead and knock it out first. I headed to Walker, Louisiana. Sold for $12.14. I did order my boxes yesterday, so they are on their way. I didn't forget again. So we got 27 orders to ship out. We're at 201. All right, so at 921, we're at 201. We'll see where we are by the time we're done here, if anything sells. All right, go by age. And you want to see how bad yesterday's sales were? You know I got like 12,000 plus hats in my store, right? Yesterday's sales after yesterday's pool video to this morning pool video. 2 hats. Huge red flag. How do I only sell 2 hats in probably just call it a 10 to 12 hour period? It's probably a little bit more than that, but still. Makes no sense. All right, next up we got Rubber Ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. And sold for $4.50. Headed to Alliance, Nebraska. And as I said in the pulling video, if you're not familiar with ducks, they're big right now because Jeep owners put them on other Jeep owners' Jeeps. So that's probably where most of these sales go to. So, can you handle? I think you can handle just a bag. You feel pretty toyish, pretty rough. I think you'll do quite fine. And to show the difference, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 international sales at least. So, you know, another red flag is when I get no international sales overnight. So, somebody asks, how do I know when the site's having issues? And as I said in many videos, I'm on the site 12 hours a day, listing, researching, ending, selling similar, doing number research in my head within Seller Hub. So I'm on the site 12 hours a day. It's just like I said, driving a car. When you're driving a car for 12 hours and something starts to act a little weird, you notice it. Same thing with that. Or it will straight out tell me system error, server failure, can't load pictures. So it'll literally tell me when there's problems most of the time. So when I say that there's server issues, system failures, it's not me guessing. It's eBay telling me that's what's happening. So all these people out there saying, there's no server errors, they're on eBay for 5 minutes. You're not going to see a server error in 5 minutes being on eBay. When it tells you there's a server error, there's system failures. You can't argue with what this website tells you if it's not working properly. So some people just like to try to stir other people up and ride their ego to the bank, when in reality they're so far removed from reality that they don't realize their head's in their butt. Next up, we've got Nintendo DS game. Sold for $5, headed to Sandpoint, Idaho. So that's how I know. So I called eBay yesterday with all the list of system errors and failures and stuff that I had from the past 4 days. And maybe that's what turned it around overnight too. Being I called in yesterday, maybe they got into my account. But I never had a rep like this before. Nice guy. Not putting the guy down, but the picture in my head is like South Park and that big guy who's on the computer playing the game, snacking. This dude was crunching chips or something while he was on the phone with me. Plus, it's like his chair was squeaking or something. I mean, it was just, I'm just sitting there, and he almost sounded like he was talking with food in his mouth. And so that South Park character popped up in my head. A nice guy, like I said, but very, very unprofessional. So that didn't bode well at all. Like, next up, we've got Xbox memory unit. Headed up to Canada. Sold for $10. Holy crap. I got $20 shipping on that. How did that happen? Huh. I made some money on that one, I guess. Wow. Is that what? Maybe that's my price on smalls? I'm going to have to recheck all my smalls and what I got them set at. Maybe I need to make a new pricing policy for small stuff. All right, Xbox. This is a small one. Let's just do cassette and then we'll rearrange it. We got 10. Use memory card. $9.49. That's what it should be, huh? Because $19.99 is usually my overseas price, so that's what's throwing me off. My Canadian price is usually like $11.99. Guess maybe I just put it on a wrong policy. I'll have to check that. English check it the. Alrighty, unknown crown logo. I know this looks familiar. Almost like maybe because it looks like LeBron's logo. So for $6, headed to Albuquerque, New Mexico. And it's not on Nike, so that's why. It's on a starter hat. I probably should have done some deeper research. $6, that's all I got out of it. If you're new to my videos, that does not include the price I charge for shipping. See Vern's butt. Ooh. I see people who do this on their thumbnails. I guess maybe I can use it today. Sales increased when I did this. Ended and started my promoted. Maybe that'll get me a little viral shootout today. I don't like making thumbnails like that, but it's like, all right, what can I do different? Something I haven't done before. If you notice some of my thumbnails, I started taking me out of the thumbnail and just playing with it that way. So I'm always trying to think of different ways to play with it. So today, I apologize now if this one was a totally clickbait title, but it did work. So I'm not being like, I'm going to get them to click on this and not say anything about what it's about. So I guess you can't really call it clickbait if it. Clickbait is ain't that more like you drag somebody in and it's totally opposite of what you're dragging them in with? At least that's the way I kind of see it. So I guess it wouldn't be clickbait if it's true. Angry Orchard t-shirt. Sold for $11, headed to Houston, Texas. Texas. Blackie's out there touring, or he was. I missed the show when it came here. Texas. I'm blind in Texas. I think he was using backing tapes anyway, so. I guess you have to use backing tapes when you get to that age. Then it's almost like, what's the point in going to the show if you've seen them before, type of thing. So. Like, I don't know if I'd go to a Motley Crue show. wouldn't mind seeing John 5. I've seen him with White Zombie a few times, or Rob Zombie, I should say. So, because we know Vince is using backing tapes and stuff, so nothing wrong with it. It's just got to do what you got to do, you know. Still make that money, I guess. Hard Rock Cafe, Phoenix sweatshirt. Sold for $25. Headed to Mesquite, Nevada. But we all know Vince never had the best voice live anyway. So it was definitely needed on that new song, The Dirt. I think that whole vocal on that whole song live is backing tape. The entire vocal. Not just Machine Gun Kelly's rap. Because it sounds just like the album. The first band I ever saw live was Tesla opening for Def Leppard on the Hysteria in the Round tour. Tesla was the first major band I ever saw live. I saw local bands, but they were the first band when I saw them, they sounded exactly like the album. Like, are they playing the album? But then you could tell they're doing it live. And it was really impressive to hear it. I mean, they don't these days. You can tell that they're older and stuff. But that first tour, they sounded just like the album. And it freaked me out. I'm like, what? Because you always expect a variance of some sort. All right. Let's get this one moved. Next up, we've got Blue Flannel, Having a Bad Day CD promo single. Sold for $10, headed to Columbus, Georgia. Walmart 4-star technician hat. Sold for $12.14, headed to Horn Lake, Mississippi. This Nest hat was in one of the videos I did, going through Jan's stuff that she found at the bins, and she found this cool kick-ass Harley Davidson hat. I'm like, it's a little bit different. I can probably get $25 out of it. Sold for, with a coupon, $22.50 from a viewer, Valerie. So thank you, Valerie. Down in Springfield, Missouri, not too far away. Used to go down to Springfield all the time, go thrifting. Then CD Warehouse. I knew Jeff. I know Jeff, who worked there forever. So I was always going down, hanging out there. Goodwill shopping and stuff. and getting my Brahms ice cream. Soft serve chocolate in the big old waffle cone. Yum, yum. Because we don't have those here. Come on. So your hat is on the way. Probably be there by tomorrow. Next up, we got Pizza Hut. So for $12.14, headed to Gulf Breeze, Florida. I haven't been to Florida forever. I only went one place when my dad was here for the 6 years, and that was Gulfport, Alabama. So 6, 7. Yeah, we're over 10 years before I bit since I've been to Florida, right? Wow. Yeah. Next up, we've got Mizzou t-shirt. So for $11.40, headed to Urbandale, Iowa. I'm laying in bed last night, and I've been trying to find a good name for the videos where I put the camera on me, like the pulling videos. And this is because I put on there like first person, you know, on some of the prior ones, like the Doom video games and stuff. I'm like, what can I call those videos? And it just hit me. I'm like, duh. And now I forgot it. Damn it, now I forgot it. I sat there in bed trying to remember as I go back to sleep so I don't forget it. Hold on, I'll pull it out. This is why I jot notes down. Everything just gone. Body cam. That's what the police use. They call theirs body cam videos. That's because that's what it is. It's a camera on your body. I'm like, body cam, duh. So simple yet, phew, right over my head. All right. Are you ready for a CD lot? We've got Lincoln Park Hybrid Theory, Lost Profits, and a little Alien Ant Farm. All three together sold for $8.88. And headed to Salone, Ohio. Salone, Ohio. Yeah, one could use a little working. Ooh, that whole thing. go. Go. A little resurfacing. 10.9. Next up, we've got Alice in Chains Jars of Fly tape only. Sold for $7.60. Lone Arkansas. Okay.
They're ringing the bell. Do you have to go out there when we do that?
No.
Because the guy at his car. No, that was the car.
No, I'll pull it in after I'm done. Huh? My Uline order's already here. Anyway, headed to Lone Arkansas. It's never been here this early. They must have wanted to clear it out of the truck. Stamps.com's getting a little communication slowness. Next up, we've got the first pair of shoes for the day. And we got some Nike, or some Jordan 1 flights. Sold for, with coupon, $13, headed to Mesquite, Nevada. I'm glad using the shoes as bonus is really working out. So using them as the sacrificial lamb to get an extra $30, $40 a day. Because I actually have 4 pair already today. The sacrificial lamb. Alrighty, next up, Billy Joel, Uptown Girl. You know, she's been living in her downtown world. All right, so for $4.44, headed to Los Angeles. We are. We are the same. We are the saints. We signed a life away. Communication error. Why? Because your communication's been acting up all the morning. Ship the product. Print. Talk. Smack. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for finally showing up. Next up, we've got Dicky Bub, Farm and Home hat. Headed to jolly old England. Sold for $12. Jolly old England. I think that was 12 British pounds. 12 British pounds. Which means it's probably like the $13.50 US. I tried to hold back that yawn. Hopefully you didn't see it. But now that I said yawn, you'll probably yawn. What if I put out a video and all I did was every time I was going to yawn all day, I taped it and then made a whole video of yawning? Could people use that to go to sleep? Is that already a thing and I just don't know about it? Or did James just come up with the master idea? Don't mind me. All right, next up we've got fighting it back. Good Lord, wow. All right, Choir of Chinster Cathedral CD. Headed to Japan. It's been a minute for Japan. $11.50. Land of the Rising Sun. I'd like to go to Japan once. With an interpreter, of course. That's probably the only place I really want to go outside the U.S. Whoops. You're trying to do this, James. I mean, of course, I would like to go other places, but like, there's a lot more places I'd like to go here first, you know. I always have that mindset of like, I'd like to see everything here first and then spread out. I don't know why. Probably because I never thought I would be in a position where I could afford to go anywhere outside the U.S. So, and technically I'm still right there. Like, I wouldn't put money to travel outside the U.S. right now. I guess because it's just not like a bucket list thing, right? I got goofy bucket list things. Like if it included seeing a woolly mammoth live, then I'm there. I'm all in. Clark's women's shoes, pair number 2, sold with coupon $13, headed to Laurel Springs, New Jersey. CCCP CD headed up to Canada. So far, $7.60. $7. Shipping's right on that. Wake up. was it? I forgot already. $7. Move to. We got 2 Carol Aaron's CDs. Headed to Lexington, South Carolina. Sold for $902. 902. 10. So they're using this as separation stuff now in the box. Separation. Elimination. Alice in hell. Through different eyes we speak. And I got all these more obscure metal songs going through my head. Fate's Warning. Alice in Hell. Annihilator. Song I haven't heard in forever. Metal Church, Badlands. They must have taken it off Spotify because that has not come up in my... It used to come up in my rotation in my playlist, and I have not heard that song in forever, so that must have been taken off Spotify. I will have to check that. I love that song. All right, Hopkins baseball hat sold for $12. Headed to Charlottesville, Virginia. Elimination. How about a little Exodus? A little Toxic Waltz for you. Toxic Waltz. Got a St. Louis Cardinals Nike bucket hat. So for $12.14, headed to Southington, Kentucky, or Connecticut. Sorry. Southington, Connecticut. We are down to 4 items left. Next up, we got Nasty Mix cassette promo sampler. Sold for $10. Headed to Santa Rosa, California. Santa Rosa, California. Biggity boom, biggity bam. Do you know who I am? I am the guy who will not eat spam. I remember growing up as a kid, my dad loved Spam. That stuff was so nasty. All right, St. Louis Cardinals women's t-shirt sold for $6. Staying in the area, St. Louis, Missouri. This is a small one. We can get this into one of these. These two shoes are going to the same person. Okay. So we got 2 more shoes. And they sold for $13 a piece. They're going to the same person, so I'll put them in the same package. We got some Adidas, some Adidas, the NMD R1, and we've got some Dansko clogs. So I shall get a box to put these in, because those clogs can clog somebody, boink, and hurt them. This looks like a nice hefty box. Let's see if I can get them in here. Because these Adidas can be... We got 3 shoes in. Can I get 4? Yes. Adidas can be manipulated a little bit because they are flimsy. Get in there. Okay. Whoops, forgot to do that. There we go. Tack her up. I don't know what your barcode means, but you gotta come off. Elimination. All right. We will put this one under the Adidas. There's Clay. 362. I like to double and triple check just to make sure. Erica, yes, okay. And we've got 13 by 9 by 5. 13 by 9 by 5. Okay, that's Adidas. So we'll add it to the Dansko. Oops. Biggity bam, and that is all, said the man who will not eat spam. I'm sounding all like Dr. Seuss today and some stuff. All right, so when we started, we were at 201, only at 212 at 10 o'clock. So I'm at least closer to my higher end point, so that's good. Still no offers have come through. And only one item sold in the 9 o'clock hour. Sweet Comfort Band CD. Sold for $7. So that's kind of a bummer. So now we're in the 10 o'clock hour. We'll see what happens. Biggity bam. So trying to create the scans. For I am the man who will not eat spam. Why is there a little bug flying in front of my face? Who are you? It's not your weather. Get out of here, gnat. Dag you. It's not warm enough for you yet. Hey, you want to fight? I can. Oh, pee, 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 pee. I'll blow you away. He heard it. His head moved. You are back. You're a persistent little fellow, aren't you? Okay, so those were the only 4 international sold since yesterday morning's videos. So, and then there was only 1 then. So, all right, that is all. Thank you all for spending your morning with me, your day with me, whatever it is. And there's Mr. Vern, like, are we ready? Are we ready? Are you ready? All right. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.